Yeah, turn it on.
One. Okay, I will read because I can't follow. I can't follow Gal. But before I start, Gal, first, thank you. What you've done today, the way that you allowed yourself to relive October 7th again for all of us, is one of the bravest acts that I've ever seen, and selfless. And what you've done here is you created a room of ambassadors that will carry this forward and continue the story. And I am more than touched, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, please give me the strength to go through that. The rabbi spoke about one of the most joyous Jewish holidays, and I want to speak about the most joyous Israeli holidays. It occurred yesterday. It's Yom Ha'atzmaut, the Independence Day, and it commemorates the establishment of the State of Israel in 1948. It is celebrated every year on the 5th day of the Hebrew month of Iyar, and it's followed by Yom HaZikaron, which is the Israeli Memorial Day for the people of the armed forces and the victims of terror. It is a very, very significant day for Israelis. It marks the culmination of a long journey towards statehood and independence. Israel's path to independence as a shelter for the Jewish people is a very complex one, shaped by historical events. Ever since Jews were exiled from Israel by past empires, Jews across the globe prayed to return to Israel and establish a home in the for the Jewish people. For almost 2,000 years, during Passover, we pray Leshana Haba'a B'Yerushalayim Habnuya. It means next year in built Jerusalem. The pogroms in Eastern Europe at the end of the 19th century rekindled the need to establish such shelter for the Jewish people, and marks the birth of the Zionist movement. The aspiration of the Jewish people to return to their homeland, the same land that some of them were forcefully exiled from 2,000 years ago. The movement started one of the most amazing modern-day miracles of our time. Jewish people from all across the globe that were second-class citizens in other countries migrated and joined the Jews that were still living in Israel and helped transform the land of Israel, which was mostly abandoned, sparsely populated, into a global force of technology, agriculture, culinary, military, and research. Israel is the only democracy in the region providing freedom and equality for Jews, Christians, Muslims, Druzi, Baha'i, and other faiths. Traditionally, Yom Ha'atzmaut is celebrated throughout Israel with great enthusiasm and patriotism. A little bit of the ceremonies that we do in Israel. First one is fireworks, street parades, rock shows in the street. It's pretty joyous. Later on, I can explain to you how we use rubber hammers and all kinds of noisemakers. The Israeli Air Force performs a really spectacular aerial displays across major cities in Israel, and it's really fun to see that. We do a lot of barbecues and picnics everywhere in Israel. Every car, bus, building will show the Israeli flag and a lot of decorations. And we have a lot of national ceremonies. We have the International Bible Contest. We have national prizes given by both the president to unique soldiers and by the Prime Minister for unique individuals across many different fields. So overall, Yom Ha'atzmaut is a very joyous occasion, and it brings people together to celebrate the achievements of Israel, the resilience in Israel, and the cultural heritage. However, this year, Yom Ha'atzmaut is far from typical. Israel is still at war, forced by Hamas' deadly attack, as we heard on October 7th. Israel is under global criticism, questioning the legitimacy of a country to defend itself from a terrorist organization invading to its border and killing citizens. And its society is torn apart from both the mourning and the internal demonstrations and disagreements. Never again the promise that was made by the young state of Israel to establish a shelter for Jews after the Holocaust was broken. In short, Israel needs our help now more than ever before. From this stage, I'm calling for all of us: support Israel, stand with us, help us to tell our story in light of all of the demonstrations that we see here, in light of all of the false narrative that we see here. Be ambassadors, and please call your local representative demanding to bring the hostages home. We are stronger together. Am Yisrael Chai.
And with